Historically, after disasters, there is a real temptation to take command and restore order, to take control. Nero tried it after Rome burned, and Christopher Wren tried it after London burned, and Burnham tried it after San Francisco burned. There have been many attempts to seize control of the disorder after disaster and control it, to make it, to put things right. Perhaps before the quake's governance was already changing in New Zealand. This was the people's response to the Econ councillors being replaced by commissioners. It was the first significant sort of example of central government stepping into local government in a really serious way.
Stand up, fight back, democracy! And the dreams it represents. Amen.
After a crisis, the types of ideas are those that may seem politically impossible at any other time. They become almost inevitable. So things like privatisation of state assets, deregulation, the reclamation of public space. We've seen a lot of pressure on local government to sell their assets. These are the sorts of ideas that linger and wait for a crisis and then are pushed through when people are baffled and confused and unprepared.
Part of this was just no win. You got to clean up an awful mess. This is a war zone, and there's just broken buildings everywhere, and so the bulldozers came in, and that job was done pretty ruthlessly, pretty brutally. I'd give it a very strong. There's an A mark for the clean-up bit of this. We had to get through that, and it was pretty thankless, and you're never going to make any friends at it.
The government has chosen the command and control model, essential for disaster response, but the antithesis of what is required in recovery. Sarah may be located physically in Christchurch, but the decisions will be made here in Wellington.
The problem is coming out of that command and control situation to something more deliberative and engaging and inclusive, so that people can become involved in the recovery process.
A lot of decisions have been made unilaterally from afar, and they've been sort of not negotiable. As an individual, I feel that all that authority was sucked out of this community. It was sort of, just go back into your house and we'll tell you when it's safe to come out.
There's a significant body of research now showing that people who are actively engaged in the recovery, those cities and places, those people recover faster.
If people feel disempowered, they become disengaged, and it does affect their well-being. So the more that we can say to people, get involved in this, here's some budget, you make it happen. The community's had to fight a lot, and to actually give them more decision-making and ultimately power will probably help the restoration of their general well-being.
If we want to build back better, we need the mechanisms to actually be able to ask, what does better mean? Better for whom?